Special greetings, friends and entrepreneurs and people in ministry, whoever you are. I greet you. And today's a victim mentality. Now, before you think that ain't me, I just want to explain that it literally it comes in many shapes and forms. And today's a heavy topic, but one that I know is going to touch a lot of people's hearts. And I hope that after hearing this, the keys to success strategy, whatever you want to call it, part 6, I want to give it to you because this can hold you back. This can be the reason why you fail. This could be a reason why you're still so sad and alone, and why your business isn't working out, why things, whatever you try, is not working. And maybe you look at me and you say, who is this guy? Why should I listen to him? I don't even know this guy. I want to share with you guys my story. And my story is not one to run anyone down. It's just to say that we as human beings are capable of such amazing, wonderful, great things, but we're also in our broken state capable of doing such terrible, destructive things. And sometimes we hurt people in our way and we leave a destruction in our wake. So I'll tell you guys my story. A few months ago, I got married to who I thought would be the woman of my dreams, perfect for me in every way, in ministry, single mom with a child so she would understand me. And yes, at the time I had money, things were good, and I told her I'm an evangelist, I'm a business guy, and I was earning decent income through I was earning passively decent income through what I was doing in the crypto space. And obviously that fell away, and what happened is the problems would start to come. And my wife and I had some problems, and there were days where I was just freaking out, and I was like trying to understand, well, how am I going to process this? But I carried on, I persevered. And before I knew it, my wife told me, listen, my sister has invited me for a trip to go visit her in Cape Town. I was like, that's great, here, take some money. And she was like, can you afford this? I said, don't worry, just take it, enjoy it, buy yourself a birthday gift, because when it was her birthday, I just couldn't buy her even a gift. I had to use my gold and silver that I had stored to basically survive not having income. So we made love, she left. 3 days later, I get this message: I don't feel safe around you, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to all these unexpected twists and turns would come in, and I was like, listen, I love you and I care for you, and what I went through was nothing personal with you. It was just I'm a man, and us men process differently. We're not emotional. Like, women are very emotional beings, no offense. Men, sometimes we overreact as well, but we raise our voice, we get angry, we shout. And I said to my wife, I've never told you to shut up, I've never hurt you in any way, I've never sworn at you, I've never ill-treated you, you and I didn't even fight. Like, of course we can work this out. And in the beginning I was angry, I was mad, but I kept saying, let's go for counseling, let's do therapy, let's get the church involved, let's get our families involved, let's fix this. We love each other. And by the way, my wife is pregnant, and I said to her, we made vows before the Lord, let's please you and I work this out. And what happened is, the more I tried, the more I pushed, the more she resisted, and the more she said, I don't want to work this out, and confessed, I never loved you. I don't find you funny. I don't find your jokes entertaining. She's like, I don't like your eating habits. I don't like you as a person. And that hurt me, and that made me realize, hang on, something is happening here. And I thought we can still work this out. I was like, listen, I'm prepared to work this out, whatever. If you want me to change or do whatever, I will work this out. And I was filed and slapped with a divorce. And I had to get a lawyer involved. And I was like, in my world, I was like, no, I can fix this. Like, I'm a child of God, and I know it's in God's will to make this work. And you know what? The lawyer and everyone around me said, Dan, wake up, snap out of it, snap back into reality. Your wife doesn't love you. She wants a divorce, and it's final, and it is what it is. And I had to process this. And then I had to look at my life and say, I have to move on. I cannot turn myself into a victim and have the victim mentality. And the 2 previous relationships, what started to happen as while I'm in this mindset of going through a divorce, trying to get my finances right, trying to get the business back to where I need it, and trying to motivate, inspire, and encourage, the enemy, we as Christians believe that the enemy works like this. The devil puts thoughts in your head. And I start to remember, hang on, Didn't your last ex-girlfriend do the same thing to you, walk out on you when the tough times came? Didn't your previous girl leave you because you had no money as well, and make you feel awkward and make you feel bad? And that's when the victim mentality starts to set in. And I rejected it, and I said, no, this ain't something I'm doing wrong. This is something that's happened to me. I refuse to be the victim. And the reason why I share my story with you is not for any form of sympathy or for any feeling sorry for me. No. I want to tell you guys right now that a lot of stuff has happened to me in my past, worse stuff, and I had to overcome it. And a lot of stuff has happened to you guys, and you guys are going to have to overcome it, you know. And I want to level with you, and I want to say that I don't know what you've been through, but I understand tough times. I understand difficulties. I understand what it can feel like when you've been rejected, you've been hurt, a husband or a wife has walked out on you, someone has cheated on you. I've been through all of those things. But what happens in your life that is so critical for your progress now moving forward is maybe you were struck by a bitter divorce as well. Maybe you loved someone and they just turned their back on you. Maybe someone really screwed you in business. Maybe someone is currently still screwing you for something. Maybe someone's put you in debt. Maybe you were raped. Maybe you were so badly abused and beaten, you know, by either someone or your family. Maybe whatever you've done has not worked out and people just have absolutely denied you, rejected you, and people hate you. I just wanted to tell you guys this. The keys to success is really about taking all of these things that has happened and not taking it and internalizing it and making it part of your identity and part of who you are as a person going forward. What has happened to you is a result of people making bad choices. And yes, we are all guilty of this. So I want you guys to really, moving forward, do not turn yourself into a victim. You know, because here's the sad thing. So many good people I'm speaking to, they've been hurt and now they don't want to go out and meet a man or a woman again. They don't trust people. So sadly, yes, time has helped them heal in some areas, but the actual soul wound is not going to be healed until they actually face it and receive deliverance and get counseled and move forward. But here's what happens in life. We turn ourselves into the victim. And once we start to take on the form of a victim, we start to have victim mentality. So whenever anything goes wrong, we look at it and we say, well, that's it. Yes, this is part of us. So, you know, people would wonder, why is it that I would speak and do all these videos when I'm going through this? Why don't I just process it and just take time out? Because that's not me. I'm a person that gets back up on the horse. So I tell my friends, I'm horse riding. What does that mean? I'm not actually riding horses, but I'm back on the horse and I'm out there and I'm moving forward. And I said to the attorney, my whole situation in case is in your hands. And I just said to all my friends and family, you know, pray into my situation. Pray that my ex-wife to be will have the best outcome in her life. Pray that she will receive whatever she needs to. Pray that my child will receive the best that it possibly can. So I'm a man that gets back out there and back up. And I want you guys to realize, if you don't get up, then this current situation that you're in will never move forward, or will just remain and go. You'll go actually backwards. So your finances will get worse and worse. Your loneliness will get worse and worse. So if you never approach that woman, then you could die an old man alone. If you never approach that man and just risk it for a bit, lady, you could have your heart broken for the rest of your life and never trust men. And guess what? There's a lot of good people out there, and they're also saying, where's all the good people? So sometimes it really is about not turning yourself into a victim any longer, but moving forward and saying, right, what can I learn from this and what can I change? So you can't change the past, but you can, sure as I'm telling you, change the future. You can change the outcomes of pretty much anything. So if you're in debt, you can say, right, I made terrible choices here. Let me make better choices. Don't, please, turn your life into the victim anymore. Stop that now. What's happened has happened. It's a product of the past, but it doesn't have to be a product of the future. So I'm going to tell you, don't be bitter about these things. Don't think that, you know, God hates you and you are a punished and a cursed person. Just sometimes good people, they've got big hearts, they put themselves out there, and they're the ones who get abused the most. And sadly, it is the risk takers who will make the most failures, because the risk takers are prepared to do what it takes. So if I've hit a nerve at some point here, I want you guys to realize that there is a way forward. There really is. But, as long as you play the victim mentality or you have the victim card, then so that will be your identity, and you will create that for yourself, and you will speak it into your existence. You will live it every day, and so you will attract broken people into your life. But if you are a strong, positive, motivated, inspired person, you will, excuse the way this sounds, piss a lot of people off. You will piss them off and they won't like you, but guess what? You will attract people that are drawn to your light, drawn to your energy. So, I'm going to tell you right now, if you can be that person, you will see how different things are going to turn out for you. And I say this because I'm living it every single day. The more I decide to focus on opportunities, positive opportunities, the less pain I feel in my heart knowing that this has happened to me. And I don't take it personally. I'm the kind of person I always want to have peace. My peace comes from, I share my brokenness with people. They share their brokenness with me. We become friends. We move forward. We fellowship. We have good times. We pray together. We cry together. We laugh together. And so in my brokenness, I will always have a good inner circle. And as people come in and as people go out, there's always someone coming in. And we're sharing joy and we're sharing fun times. And, I'll meet another woman again. And maybe she will be the one, because I know this, the past 3 that left me is not the end of me, it's the beginning of the new me. And I want that to be the beginning of you, the new attitude, the new personality that you will start to take on, the character that will start to be formed inside of you. I don't want you to be a victim any longer. Sure, guys, there's women who've been trafficked, abused, and raped, and I'm watching this lady, Madison Marquette, I think, or Marquette. She is just, she has been abused, she has been raped, tortured, and by pastors, and by big name pastors. And what I love about this woman is how she just comes out and she's bold and she's beautiful and daring and she is challenging people. She has taken what's happened to her, the worst of the worst, when most people would just take drugs, drink, go into depression, take tablets and commit suicide. This woman is saying, I'm going to take all of my baggage and problems and I'm going to move it forward. And there's something inside of each and every single one of us where we, like David in the Bible, you can encourage yourself and God will help you. If you feel like you cannot do it on your own, God will help you. So this is designed around how to be successful going forward in whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through. Go for gold, go for boldness, go for greatness. Don't let these situations that you've been dealing with in the past affect you going forward. If you're a mother or a father, you've got kids to look after and worry about. You've got friends and family that care for you. So what happens to you really affects people around you that love and care for you. And that's why it's the most selfish thing when we self-destruct, or when we start to put ourselves on drugs, or we drink and we start to affect the people around us. People want to see you succeed. The people that don't want to see you succeed, you know what? Screw them, love them, forgive them. But when I say screw them, I don't mean like hate them. I'm just saying like screw them. You're like, you're lost. I'm moving on. And you got to sometimes have that attitude. You can still love people and be angry with them. You can still love people and say, screw you. I'm done with you. I'm moving on because you do not bring anything good out in me. You always bring out the hurt. You're allowed to cut people out. Guys, you're allowed to move on with your life and do the best that you can do for yourself and for your family. So I leave this message with you. God bless you and your family and your business and your ministry. May you live on a very good, God-fearing life and do all the good that you can. And watch what will happen to you. Watch how your situation will change, and watch how you will be used to go and do the things that you were born to do. So God bless you guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, guys. Ciao.